Am I the asshole for refusing to let my sister-in-law babysit my baby and being unwilling to hear her out? My husband and I had to be somewhere for our older child, so we asked my mother-in-law if she could watch our 3-month-old for a few hours. She said of course. Unfortunately, when we dropped him off, she wasn't home, and one of my husband's sisters, Jane, 21, was instead. Apparently, my mother-in-law wasn't going to be home for a bit, so she, Jane, agreed to watch our son for some time. I immediately said no because, well, Jane believes that babies don't feel anything. She thinks that they cry for no reason and we shouldn't respond to their cries ever for whatever reason, and that not responding won't have any effect on them. She thinks that anything we do to babies during this period of their lives will have absolutely zero effect on them in the future. She will often call them mindless too. My husband calls his mom and we politely explained our concerns and then hung up because we were extremely busy already. And now we had to find another babysitter as well. I figured that was it until Jane came over extremely upset and in tears, insisting that she's not a bad person and that she would never do anything to hurt any kid. She then accused me of discriminating against her because she doesn't want to have kids like everyone else in the family. I told her straight up that I don't give a crap if she wants kids of her own, but I don't like her thought process on how to care for babies specifically. Instead of trying to understand me, she doubled down and said that her way of dealing with babies makes sense and that I'm wrong and I'm just extremely sensitive in nature, so of course I don't get it. She kept arguing with me about how to take care of my baby, so I just asked her to leave and she blew up on me. My husband even told her to calm down and that it's not like we're preventing her from seeing our kids altogether, but she just went, "Fuck you and your dumbass kids," and left, which, ... okay? But my mother-in-law is really annoyed with me because Jane is still very upset, and I'm just wondering if I'm the asshole. Like, I don't think I am specifically, since no one lets her babysit for the same reasons, but I'm the first person to actually say no to her face and tell her why instead of making up an excuse. And perhaps I was a bit too harsh.
No, I don't give a fuck. Your sister-in-law is a fucking idiot. Sorry you got called out on being a fucking idiot. I'm upset right now. There's a lot of baby talks in this episode. I'm very sensitive because of Andrew.
I know.
This gives me the vibes of like The Simpsons. Like,
I don't know what that is.
Homer on Bart.
Just like shaking him?
No,
strangling him?
like you're so dumb. I don't want to shake you and strangle you. Like, babies, it has absolutely zero effect and they're just mindless. I think you're a fucking mindless one.
And for real.
Like, okay, cool. You believe that, okay? You're a fucking idiot and you're nowhere near my baby. So don't complain when I don't let you have my baby because I'm telling you that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about when it comes to babies. You're a 21-year-old idiot.
And then to attack her and be like, you're doing it wrong. Like,
yeah.
You have no right to say that to me.
You have nothing to stand on.
No.
Nothing. And no offense, but like, mother-in-law, you're cut. You're done. You're never a babysitter again.
Yep.
I asked you if you would take care of the baby. Yeah. And you thought that it would be a good idea to leave the baby with your daughter who doesn't believe that babies. That would make me question of how are you taking care of my baby when I'm not there and you're there? Yeah. Because if you think it's okay for your daughter to look after the baby for a few hours until you get home, do you agree with her mindset on babies? You haven't tried to correct her or anything.
Exactly.
You let your daughter have this opinion of babies when it's like, hey, no, daughter, you're wrong. Yeah. When you were a little baby, you were not mindless. Your crying did affect you when you were a baby because everybody was a baby once. Your crying did affect you. And like, are you saying that when you shit your diaper and you started crying, I shouldn't have changed your diaper and I should let you get rashes? No.
Everything she said was just absurd.
Even, like at this point, even if she didn't have these opinions, I wouldn't have left my baby with her. Mm-hmm. Even if this 21-year-old didn't have the opinions that babies don't need to be attended to when they're crying and they're mindless, even if she loved babies, I still would not have even left my child with them. Because 3 months old, I don't know. I don't think he's going to change too much with Andrew, but like I've seen it like for 3 hours, like that's a lot of work. Like, do you know how to feed him with the bottle? Do you know how to hold him so that his head doesn't fall back? Do you know how to change his diaper? Do you know how to like coddle him? Do you know how to do anything as a 21-year-old? You don't know anything. So I wouldn't, even then I would not be leaving her at all. And mother-in-law has now for the rest of that baby's life just lost all privileges because I don't know what's happening when I'm not there.
Exactly.
I can't trust you.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why the mother-in-law thought this was okay. She was, oh, I'm not going to be there. Yes, I'll watch your baby, but I won't be there. Jane will be there.
How about, no, I won't be home to watch my baby, but Jane will be there. Maybe you should ask her.
Yeah. Yeah, this one made me upset.
I was, home run Bart. Like, this one made me really upset. I'm really upset at this one.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Triggered you.
I'm getting really sensitive with these baby ones.
I know. There's a lot of baby ones.
I'm getting rattled up. I'm sorry.
Just hits home.
I feel like a year ago, I would have been like, I don't care. I'm like, it's so raw to me now. Because he's such a little precious little baby. I had to put his jumper on or his thingy on yesterday. It was so hard. It was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. He's so sensitive. He's a little baby. Oh.
All right. Let's move on to you.
Moving on.